Well, alright, welcome to another DVD review. So you can tell here we have The Rock, The Epic Journey of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, the newest DVD out there for The Rock. I gotta say, overall, this is a pretty good DVD, but before we get to the DVD review itself, let's take a little in-depth look at the cover. Here we go to the side, we have The Rock there, staring down at you like he's about to kick your ass. Rock, The Epic Journey again, 3-disc set. Flip over to the back, you have him right there posing at the turnbuckle. Again, the title, here we have, finally The Rock has come back to the WWE, and finally The Rock story is being told in its entirety. Yada yada yada. Hope you guys can read that for yourselves there. You go down. Includes 11 amazing matches, including historic bouts with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, Mankind, Brock Lesnar, and more. Go down, you have him there posing with the People's Eyebrow, him about to lay the smackdown with the People's Elbow, him at Mania 27, and him at Survivor Series 2011. And for the fact it is TV 14, for any of you guys wondering out there. In the front, you have him at Survivor Series 2011 at the turnbuckle right there. We open it up, we have The Rock, and this is pretty badass right here. 1995, $7 in my pocket. Through blood, sweat, and respect, I relentlessly chase greatness. This is who I am. This is what we do. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Team Brigade strong. That's pretty badass. Go over here. I have him right there. Epic shades. I'm doing the People's Eyebrow. Disc 1. I have all of that. I'll read that more when I'm doing the review. Disc 2 with a bunch of matches. I'll be sure to read that as well. Let's open it up right here. Okay. Him and Miz at Survivor Series. There you go. Wow, I don't know why I had trouble with that. Him giving the rock bottom to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam 02. All the way over here. Him posing here in Miami for The Rock's birthday celebration. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, DVD review time. Alright, let's start off by saying that this review is just spectacular. This documentary and the DVD itself do not disappoint whatsoever. You know, you start off by The Rock telling us how he grew up in the wrestling business, how he was in places like Madison Square Garden going crazy, cheering for his grandfather and his father, and how he enjoyed it. And then he goes on to talk about the U here in the University of Miami, how he played college football and how he tried to go pro, but the injuries got the best of him, so he decided to go for professional wrestling. And his father wasn't really 100% with that choice he made, but he knew that his son's mind was made up, so he helped train him. And The Rock caught up fast, and once he met with Pat Patterson, Patterson saw that, wow, this guy has a look to be a wrestler, like this guy has it. So he called Vince, and Vince said, alright, let's take a look at this kid. And like I said, The Rock caught on fast. And then when he finally makes his debut, Rock said that it was completely special. Not only that it was special that he debuted at Survivor Series, but that he debuted at Madison Square Garden. And to add a cherry on the top, he was the sole survivor for his team, which made it all the better. And then you go on, and 3 months into his career, he finally won the IC title, but he was not getting over whatsoever. The fans hated him. So during the summer, when he got an injury and they gave him a little break, they called him and said, Rock, we're going to turn you heel by making you join the Nation of Domination. And that's when The Rock was born. When Rock was Rock Maivia, he thought he was giving the audience what they wanted, but he wasn't. And when he became The Rock, that's when shit got real. Then they start covering how, well, hold on, before that, Rock talks about how he only asked for 30 seconds on the mic. They had no idea what the hell he was going to do or say. They just, Vince just said, you know what, fine, just give him the 30 seconds. And that 30 seconds, like Stone Cold Steve Austin said in the DVD, those 30 seconds with The Rock on the mic just proved that Rock was going to be big bucks. And then you go on covering how he took over the Nation of Domination from Ron Simmons and how that really launched his career. Then you have the whole DX against Nation feud and how Triple H and Rock's egos got involved. And then you have Triple H and Rock covering their ladder match and how Triple H said that he pretty much gave like a new thing to the ladder matches, saying how when you saw ladder matches, you thought of like high flyers and stuff, but Triple H and Rock pretty much gave it like a new look by a brawling type of match. So now, like, you didn't only think of high flyers, you also thought of like a good brawl during the ladder matches. And then you have Rock aligning himself with the McMahons and becoming the corporate champion after he screws over Mick Foley and becomes the champion, obviously. Then you have Rock covering the Magic feud he had against Foley, and he called it probably one of the best ones ever. And by that I mean like one of the greatest feuds ever. He covers the I Quit match, and he said that that night Rock went all out on Mick Foley. And then we go ahead and talk about the number one spot between him and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That there was going to be only one top guy and only one number one spot, and him and Austin wanted it. But you can obviously tell that Stone Cold got the number one spot. And then you have the Rock and Sock connection, how two people who weren't really like thought it was a tag team, and when they were a tag team, they really did outstanding. You know, like first they had an amazing feud, and now you never thought of them as a tag team, but you know, when they actually became a tag team, they were a damn good one. And then you start concentrating on The Rock outside the ring. When he started to do the Saturday Night Live skits and all that, you started to realize that The Rock was not only entertaining and electrifying in the ring, but he was really doing all of that outside of the ring with the whole Saturday Night Live skit. So they started to realize that maybe he could be something outside of the ring. And then you start covering how he was the number one guy while Austin was gone with the injury he had. And then you start as well covering his feud he had with Triple H at the time. And then when Austin came back, it was the fight for the number one spot again. And then Austin challenged him at WrestleMania 17, and you cover the match that they had. Great match, by the way. Then you started with the whole Icon versus Icon when Hogan made his return, and Rock said, how about, you know what, okay, you made a return, but how about you make your return match against me? How about me and you go one-on-one? And we have the Icon versus Icon match at WrestleMania 18. And then how the fans started to turn his back on The Rock, because The Rock was going, he was leaving, he was going, he was leaving. And the fans were getting tired of it. You know, like the fans were like, you either pick the WWE or you pick acting. So like during the O2 match against Brock Lesnar, they started to show how the fans were like booing the shit out of The Rock, like, Rock, you suck, you sell out and all that. And The Rock took that negativity and he pretty much said, you know what, whether you people like it or not, I still consider this my home. And then that was the birth of the Hollywood gimmick. Hollywood Rock is probably my favorite Rock gimmick out there. I mean, Hollywood Rock was just fucking amazing. I loved it. And then he covers the Rock concert that he had in Sacramento, which is pretty funny. Then you start covering when he came back at WrestleMania 20, and Mick Foley was kind of surprised about really him wanting to wrestle WrestleMania 20, because Mick Foley thought that if The Rock was going to come back, he was going to come back for something big. And The Rock told Mick Foley, you know what, I consider this something big. And then they team up against Evolution at Mania 20. And then you go on to his Hall of Fame return when he inducted both his grandfather and his father, and that was really special for him as well. Then the return to WrestleMania 27 as the guest host. And then you have a little bit of like the Cena Rock thing going on there. Like there's one part of the DVD where The Rock, he was like, we go all the way from Austin 316 all the way to The Rock, what The Rock is cooking, all the way to you can't see me. And you have Cena go, what the fuck is this guy talking about? So like you have that whole Cena Rock thing there as well. And then you have The Rock's birthday here in Miami, and that's pretty much it. And then they cover the whole how Rock wanted to stay away because he didn't want the fans to think that he was gonna come back just to promote his movies and whatnot. So that's why he tried to stay away as much as possible. And he only came back when he knew that the time was right. And Jericho also let the Rock fans know. He was like, you know what, To the Rock haters, he was pretty much, he's like, Rock paid his dues back in the day. Like, he traveled, he did everything. I wrestled him and all that, and Rock has nothing left to prove. And Jericho does have a point there as well. So overall, this DVD is pretty good. Now I'm getting a feeling that people are saying that this DVD and the Stone Cold DVD, like, which one's better? The Stone Cold DVD does really, like, it's a little bit better than this one. It is better. Like, if I had to pick between this one and Stone Cold's DVD, I'd pick Stone Cold's DVD, but I'm not gonna take anything away from this one. This one is amazing as well. So go pick up the Rocks Epic Journey, really good DVD, and they will hype you up more for WrestleMania 28, which is just around the corner. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I am out. #heel.